Hi guys, back again with me Austin from Abba White Hat. Today I'm going to share with you my experience on, well, I'm not sure it is Playskool or Hasbro, probably licensed, or I'm not sure what the relation is. Okay, what's the relation? And then is it the subsidiary? I have to check. Okay, but this is Playskool Galactic Heroes line. That's what I know. Galactic Heroes, Star Wars Galactic Heroes, X-Wing Adventure set. Okay, that's what they call, with magnetic Jedi Force action. No, I'm not quite sure what's that. Of course, if you know this line, Playskool, they have came far away to even release the more modern version. So I just called this the retro version of the Galactic Heroes. Okay, so here we have the X-Wing and then R2D2, Luke Skywalker, and then Darth Vader. Alright, so let's just take a look at the packaging. As you can see, it's not in the best condition ever. So having said that, I really like this set. Okay. I mean, I actually starting to try to find this line, although it's an old line now. But I do have some already open. I may share that, probably most of the figures and most of the vehicles in one video one day. But yeah, as you can see, the plastic here is yellowing. It's very, very old. Well, not very, very old, but it's quite old in a way. So at the back here we have all that is provided with this figure. We have different set. I'm trying to find my way through all this one by one. Well, not don't know whether I can find all these ones, but just try my best. I should check this website whether they still around. Okay, let me check the date, the year. It's actually, it says here 2002 Lucasfilm and 2001 Hasbro. So I think it's around almost 20 years ago, right? So a bit of description at the back here. I hope you can read it. Let me move up a little bit. Star Wars Adventures from Playskool. Now preschoolers, so they made this for kids, okay, even 3+, and then for figures, vehicle, action features made for especially for little hands. Yes, and I agree, that's the design that they incorporated here. X-Wing Adventure, searching the galaxy in the X-Wing fighter. Our hero Luke Skywalker and his trusted sidekick R2D2 find the most feared enemy, the evil Darth Vader. Let the lightsaber battle begin. Alright, so a bit of feature that we have here. The wing can open up here, extend, and then you can open the cockpit. Realistic X-Wing with opening cockpit. Expand wings. Cloth cape for Darth Vader, and then R2D2 and Luke flies in the cockpit while R2D2 rides in back of the X-Wing. Okay, with the lightsaber even, and magnetic Jedi Force action. Magnetic. I haven't tried what's magnetic with this, but we'll find out. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it with the packaging. Let's just start to open this up so that we can enjoy what's inside. Alright, let's start from the figures. Okay, here we have R2D2. If you have watched my previous video, I share a little bit about Mission Fleet line. Occasionally I throw in some Playskool, the modern and retro figures. Okay, this is the characteristic of the retro one. Okay, most of it are kind of rubbery. It's actually kind of a statue, as you can see, 2001. but the detail is actually not bad. Okay, as you can see, the molded details there, and then the paints. Okay, the silver metallic on top, and then yeah, you can see the mold is actually quite nice. Okay, now unfortunately this R2D2 doesn't really have articulation. No, not on the head, not even on the legs. So it's one whole piece, and it's feel very rubbery, but it's not very but rubbery, but still very solid. And I feel that it's designed that way for kids to play. So if kids tend to try to put everything into their mouth, so I think they have that in mind so that they won't swallow anything. Okay, so that's pretty much with this R2D2, but I like the paint and the details, which is spot on. Okay, one of the reasons that I like this line, although it's a line that's meant for kids, is because the amount of details, and then you can just collect it and put it on your display, and it will be cool. Okay, and we'll see how we can interact with this. So yeah, I like it's very stylized to Galactic Heroes. Okay, and then we can see the Luke Skywalker here. Okay, his look side by side with R2D2. Even the face for this line is also very stylized. It's a very typical Galactic Heroes. Look very friendly and cute. Right. Of course, not much articulation. The whole body is mostly rubbery, as you can see the look here. But look at the paint details. Right? Even small details on the foot. Right. And then the device on his chest. Right? He's wearing this pilot suit, which is I wish I can. I'm not sure if I have one with the helmet. I need to check on that one. I forgot. Okay, but yeah, look at that face. But again, it's stylized, but you realize, oh, it's actually Luke Skywalker, right? And then yeah, the device. It does came with lightsaber molded. Unfortunately, it's not transparent. I couldn't remember whether they do one with transparent colored lightsaber. Okay. Like I said, but they decided to make it attached to the hand. I think because they don't want some little parts to, enter into little kid's mouth. Yeah. Be troublesome, right? And then again, I like the molded details. Small details on the boots. Okay, so all really cool. A bit of articulation, nothing on the head, but if any articulation is actually on the wrist here, so you can actually turn it around like that. Okay, so maybe just a bit of measurement to measure this look. He stands roughly 2.125 inch, around that, slightly above that. Okay, so yeah, so that's with Luke Skywalker. By the way, I haven't measured this out to just now. Let me just measure it quickly. Is around is around 4 centimeters to the top. Okay, so that's with these two. Then we have Darth Vader. I think this is like probably if not the third or fourth Darth Vader in this form that I have. Okay, I appreciate they actually use soft material for the cape here, right, as you can see. So even inside you still see the molded details, but of course this Darth Vader, interestingly, doesn't really feel that rubbery. It is more like solid plastic compared to look here is more rubbery, as you can see. But this dot fader so far looks sturdy. But look at the details, the device on the chest, the helmet. I'm not really good at accuracy, but it has red eyes there on the helmet. Proportion wise is still Galactic Heroes style, but the proportion is not bad actually. Lightsaber attached, yeah, unfortunately it's not transparent, it is in a solid red, but yeah. Okay, right, this dot fader has a bit of articulation, more articulation than what we have with Luke. Okay, first is the pointing finger, the left arm here. You can adjust the pointing direction, and then the lightsaber arm also you can, not the full rotation but to a certain extent. Okay, and this is something that I didn't know with my old figure. I have to check later on, but you do have a bit of articulation on the head here. Alright, so yeah, let's measure this dot fader. Okay, a little bit. Stands roughly 2.5 inch, so about 7 centimeters. You know, again, what I like, although it's stylized, but they gave regard to how a character is supposed to be sized. As you can see here, Darth Vader is supposed to be a tall character. Luke is somewhat short, so as you can see the proportion here. And then plus, if you remember R2D2, right, R2D2 is even smaller. So again, like I thought, although it's kind of a toys line for kids, but they actually pay attention to these small little details, which I do appreciate, right? So yeah, that's pretty much for the figure that we have here. Now for the X-Wing, I apologize that it's not in the best condition. As you can see, it's kind of dirty a little bit here and there, and most of the body part is already yellowing. Okay, I believe probably the original colorway is supposed to be like this, kind of a light gray, but then because of time, not sure whether I'm not sure whether the previous owner has displayed this and then sell it to me, so I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, but what I appreciate is the weight of this thing is actually quite substantial as a toy. The plastic is rather solid in my opinion. Okay, and again, like I mentioned, the details on this thing, as you can see, here's in the back, the 4 jets. I like little details like this. As you can see, there are details here and there. Okay. Then on top maybe, I hope you can see, there's a bit of details over there. Now this is one of my favorite part with with Galactic Heroes, is that they make sure that I mean this is the thing that I complain with the Mission Fleet line. They just made it R2D2 molded to as part of the ship, but here they make it as a separate piece with a bit of molded detail there. It's actually molded detail, you can touch it, so that's what I appreciate. Okay. Right, so the jet part here again, I can probably try to clean it later on, but I'll restore it. This part on the cannon or gun is somewhat rubbery. That's why probably it doesn't go yellow. I'm not sure though. So yeah, almost. I think most of it almost covered in yellowing effect. Playskool. Alright, so let's check the cockpit. The windshield here is transparent. You can actually take it out. Nothing fancy there. A small, simple thing. Inside, nothing much really. Okay, but let's try to interact a little bit. Okay, there's one feature. If you press this, okay, this molded detail, you can actually extend the wing. All right. Okay, maybe let's take a look from another angle. If you press that button, all right, then you can open the wing, right, to battle mode or something, right, flying mode actually. So that's cool. Maybe look at from the front. Well, the expansion is not that big. I'm not sure it's because the toy is old, but well, you can open up with your hand, and yeah, and then you can press this button at the back to close it up. Okay, so it is now locked. Okay, so press at the top and then press at the back. You will close this. Right. So let's try to put Luke inside. So let's look. Okay, why they designed the lightsaber to be able to move is because of this. They want to make sure that you can put Luke just enough, and I think that's why they make it rubbery, so that they want to make sure that Luke can fit into this cockpit, as you can see. And then we can put back the windshield. Alright, there you have it. It's quite neat. Okay, and then it's transparent. You can still see Luke inside. That's cool. And this is, you can put R2-D2 at the back. And you know what? It's actually kind of locking. Okay, you see there's some molded part there, which is kind of sticking out a little bit. It will fit to this R2-D2's legs, so that when you press on it, it will kind of clip on it, and then look at it. It still holds. Okay, so that's cool. They actually, you know, material-wise heavy, playability not so much, but it is there, and you know, all these things are working. So I think they really pay attention to these small little details. And for one last time, whoosh. All right. So I think, and that's why I like this line. You know, although it's an old line and a kids toy line, to be honest with you, but so far it's been really cool. Alright, so before I wrap up, I just want to point out some things. In the back of the package, we read that, you know, they said some sort of magnetic force that can be used to interact with other figures or something. Now I'm not sure if that was imaginary, or they actually put a magnet or something in this hand or something inside, but not really sure. Okay, I've tried with metals, etc. I don't really get it. If you know what is supposed to happen, just let me know in the comment. Okay, right, and then, well, just want to point out also, I kind of missed it. You know, when you open up, right, do you realize that even the inside here it still has details on it, as you can see inside there. So I do appreciate those little kind of details that we are being given. Okay, as you can see, appreciate that. Okay, no projectiles, which is okay. But sometimes you don't really need projectiles, you know. And oh, by the way, also the cockpit here, I noticed that on this part, notice that there is no some sort of big holes or pegs or anything. Just slide it into that. But here you do have pegs, okay, which can connect to these two peg holes. Okay, so but don't worry, it is still working in a way that you can actually put it like this if you want to, right? But to secure it, you can just put it down and let it plug in into the pegs. Okay. Yeah, the peg holes. All right. So yeah, I think all right. Let me measure this thing first. Okay, side to side first. I think side to side it is roughly 20. I think more than 20, almost more than, I think 22.5 around that centimeters. I think, yeah, from wings to wings, and then the height here is roughly to the top of the cockpit there is probably 3, let me see, what number is that? Is less, I think it's around 8.5 centimeters. Okay, and then the length here from the front to the back of this jet here is roughly almost 21 centimeters. Yeah, it's probably around that number. Okay, or maybe 20.5 centimeters, around that. Alright, so now that you have the idea of the size, again, remember this is a bit rubbery. Again, I'm sorry guys, my X-Wing here is not in the mint condition out of the box. It's all well, you can see all the shadings, right? The shading still maintain kind of a worn out looks of Star Wars, but it's not really visible because the plastic is yellowing here and there. It's really kind of hard to judge, but we can see from the jet here a bit of black and dirt, which is I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, but I think it's kind of in purpose. So it's not a coincidence, but they really designed it that way, and I appreciate that. All Star Wars needs those kind of weathering effects, you know. Appreciate the soft goods here. May attract dust depending on your condition, your house. And then yeah, I forgot whether they actually have the one Luke Skywalker pilot with the helmet. I cannot remember that. I'm gonna check it later on. Maybe they have that version. Probably. I think highly likely. Okay. And yeah, this plasticky. This is rubbery because you need it to help you to put him into the cockpit, right? So yeah, thanks guys for watching until the end so far. I really like the details from the X-Wing, you know, although all of these are kids toyland, and the proportion of the figures, right, the details of the figure. Yes, you have less articulation, it's for kids, but the playability is there, the simplicity, but still with details, and you can see seriousness of the designer to stick to it, you know, although in super deformed version of the characters and vehicles, but it's still really cool. Okay, so yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you can have more updates for new videos. And you can always contact me through Instagram. Okay, Darth Vader is pointing at you. Ciao.